before we get into your transformation into powerlifting, what have you been up to? Because I know the last time we looked and we talked about it, it's been almost 13 months since we last talked. What other changes have you made? I mean, I know you competed in a bodybuilding show before you made this change. So what have you been up to?
I did. I think, well, the last time we spoke was, like you said, about 13 months ago. And then I think that was in October of last year. And then in July, I competed at the Universe. I competed both in open and masters figure. And I was sixth in masters figure and ninth in open in both my classes. And then I wasn't quite satisfied with that placing. Then I decided to compete at Masters Nationals just about like 10 days later. And I actually ended up with 12th place in uh, figure at that point, which it really, um, I don't know, I got to think it was a national show. I placed. There was a lot of really good women with a lot of different physiques, and it was apples and oranges. And I can't say that I'm not disappointed with my placing, especially after competing for 10 years and really making improvements. And I think the thing is I really come to a place where I like the work that I've done with my physique. And that's the one thing, or one of many things that I've learned with competing for 10 years and working and having a vision of what I want for myself is knowing that, okay, like where my physique is right now, I'm happy with it. I've definitely brought my most complete, leanest package to stage. The chips fell where they may. Ended up falling sixth, ninth, and 12th place. And yeah, sure, I would have loved to win, loved to crack top five, top three, but it was what it was, and I'm not unhappy from the experience because it has brought me to a place where it's like if I want to do it again, I can. I've got all the tools to do it, but that's what I was up to since last we spoke. And then at the end of July, after Masters Nationals, I really did a lot of soul searching and what I wanted to do. And don't get me wrong, there's part of me, I still have a goal. In my mind, I would still love to earn my pro card with the IFBB. But part of me is like, well, maybe I just need to go back to not so much the drawing board, but do something else for a couple of years. And one of those things that I had wanted to do, actually, I kind of wanted to get into it 5 or 6 years ago, but I chose to stay focused on bodybuilding. That was powerlifting. And I had a friend of mine who, unfortunately, she passed away about a week before Masters Nationals. And she was always very supportive of me. And actually, she's competed in both bodybuilding and powerlifting. Her and her husband both, and they're both personal trainers, or they were personal trainers. And she was there with me. We competed a couple times together. We were friends. And she was very encouraging. And her words, it just, after she passed away, it really hit me of how quick, how short, how fleeting life is. And I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what, Carrie, you might not have accomplished what you want, your end goal, with competitively, at least with bodybuilding, but I think I need to take some time, just a couple years probably, competing powerlifting, see where it takes me. And then I feel like I can always return to the bodybuilding stage. And by then, I don't know, they've added yet another division. So it'll be interesting to see over the next couple years how all the divisions, if the look evolves again. I see that they've added, not necessarily that I would want to compete in women's bodybuilding, but they've added women's bodybuilding back to the Olympia, which I think is great. But it'll be interesting to see how the looks of the different divisions evolve now that they've added another division.